What's up, guys? Want to do a video on the recent press conferences we had between Mayweather and Mcgregor and give you our thoughts on who we thought won, the mental battle at the press conferences, and what it all actually means for the fight. So those of you who know anything about psychology in sports, it's a really important thing. Often people think that it's just a fight night and the talking doesn't mean anything, but the psychological battle is a really important thing, and anyone who's been involved in sports will know that your state of mind can impact how you go out and perform in any sport. That's one of the reasons why the press conferences have been so anticipated between Mayweather and Mcgregor. Mayweather, of course, over the years, anyone who's watched Mayweather, we can't recall a time when he was beaten mentally at a press conference or press conferences by anybody. Most of his opponents either can't speak English, or they just don't talk back, or they just get outdone. He beats them at a press conference. He controls everything. He tries to intimidate them. And one of the reasons why everyone's looking forward to this one is you then got almost his opposite number in Conor McGregor, who almost does the exact same things as Mayweather does, but in MMA. So that's why it's been so anticipated, seeing how the two of them will pair up when they go head to head in these mental battles and basically see who gets the better of who. That's why these press conferences between Mayweather and McGregor have been eagerly anticipated. So we had LA, we had Toronto, we had Brooklyn, and we had London. So in our view, LA was probably a draw. It was the first one. Both of them were trying to break into it a little bit. McGregor, he has to go first, so the pressure's always on him. Mayweather can just react. But for the first time, he did well. He bought what he was supposed to what he was supposed to bring to the table. He started talking shit, going off on Mayweather. He didn't look intimidated. It was just him and Dana White against Floyd and all of his Showtime executives and the Las Vegas Stadium guy and Floyd's crew that he normally comes out with or hangs around with. And he wasn't fazed by it, so he did well there. We think the entertainment was probably spoiled from a fan's perspective a little bit at LA because of somebody cutting McGregor's microphone. Don't know who it was. I know McGregor and Dana White point the finger at Showtime a bit, but we don't know if it was or it wasn't. But his microphone was cut off, which made McGregor unable to say anything back, which kind of made it a little bit dull in that sense. But that one, we kind of had a draw. McGregor dropped some brilliant one-liners, bringing up the tax issues that Mayweather allegedly has. Mayweather responded by calling McGregor a bitch, and when he knew that the microphone was cut off, he was able to kind of, that's right, sit there quietly sort of thing. So Mayweather was able to get his in as well. So we put LA down to a bit of a draw. Toronto, as you all know, McGregor absolutely smashed Mayweather. He was funny, he had good one-liners. He didn't just go take it out on Mayweather, he took it out on Steven Espinoza. So that was pretty funny. Who could forget the school bag comment? That was a really good one. Made us laugh quite a few times actually, McGregor. He dresses up as well, you got to rate him for that. He's confident, he doesn't get fazed by it at all. Mayweather in Toronto, kind of the same thing. Dana's the boss, those typical lines. And I've got all the money basically, I'm the rich one. In Brooklyn, Conor tried to play up to the New York theme with the whole Jay-Z thing. The Jay-Z thing we didn't hear it bring out too much laughter from the crowd. But as we understand it, the crowd were pretty pissed off because they had to wait quite a few hours for both Conor and Floyd to turn up. So Brooklyn, we didn't think turned out too great for Conor. So Conor did, although he turned up, wearing mink and stuff like that, it didn't seem to go great for him. We thought he got riled up when Floyd started doing different things. And Floyd was clever actually. He used his power advantage once. He started getting his bodyguards to surround McGregor and his team, and they just looked like dwarves compared to Floyd's bodyguards. And it seemed like that riled McGregor up quite a bit. And whilst he was doing that, Floyd was laughing his head off, running up the red carpet, shadow boxing, laughing. So McGregor seemed pretty wound up by that. So we gave that one to Floyd. Then of course we had London. In London, McGregor, again, he was good. The crowd were really taking the piss out of Floyd. The crowd throughout the whole press tour didn't really like Floyd, but not really new territory for Floyd, but the chance, to pay your taxes and stuff like that, it was funny. And then you've got McGregor in the ring taking the piss out of Floyd, talking about his school bag again, his high heels, and then even putting hands on Floyd's head, which we thought would have annoyed Floyd a little bit, but he seemed to take it well, Floyd did. But you've got to give that one to Conor again. Floyd is coming out with the same thing, Dana's the boss, I've got the most money. Just didn't seem that funny from our perspective, and so we've got to give that to Conor. So we thought probably all in all a 2-1-1 to Conor. So then we have to try to think about what this all actually means. Floyd's been in many situations. A lot of people think, because Conor maybe got the better of the psychological battle at the press conferences, that means he's going to win. Nonsense. For those of you with short memories, look at the Pacquiao fight. Look at almost all of Floyd's fights. He's always getting booed and the other guy's getting cheered. That's just what happens when Mayweather's involved. He's tough mentally. You're not going to break him down like that. There's a lot of guys that get booed and thrive off of it. Cristiano Ronaldo being another one. He gets booed a lot, but he still performs. Not everybody gets fazed and intimidated by being booed. Some people like it, and Mayweather seems like the type of guy to play up to that a little bit, because he knows, and he said it before, that when he's getting booed or cheered, it doesn't matter, as long as people are talking about him, just putting money into his account. So although we think Conor did do the better trash talking, we don't really think it's going to make that much of a difference in the ring. Who do we expect to win? We think what most people think, that Floyd's going to win, and it's going to be not very difficult for Floyd. So all in all, credit to McGregor for taking what we thought was Mayweather's undefeated record at the mental game, and that will give McGregor some confidence going into the actual fight. But as we said, we just don't see it making any difference to the fight itself. Mayweather's one of the best fighters in boxing ever, against a guy who's a novice. And what makes it even more concerning is recently, at the time of this video, Jesse Vargas, who most of you should know is another boxer in their division, or the 147 division anyway, he's come out saying that McGregor's already been knocked out in sparring, and the boxing world's pretty small. It seems like from what Vargas has said, or that he's alluded to hearing about it as opposed to seeing it itself, but he does comment that the boxing world's pretty small and things get around pretty quickly. So that makes it all even more concerning. But as most of us know, regardless of what happens, if what we all expect does happen, if it does crystallise and McGregor gets beaten, whether he's knocked out or beaten by unanimous decision, both McGregor and Mayweather do what they want to do, and they make a shitload of money. So it's still great news for those two. Thanks for watching.